boys and girls of the internet. Today is Wednesday, July 18th, 2018. Vlog number 198. And enjoying this new little perspective here. With the sun right out my window there. Yeah, I was fooling around with the positioning of my phone mount yesterday. And the design of my phone mount, even though I like it, it leaves my options limited, because it kind of has like a straight like boom off of it, you know, it kind of extends a little bit. But the only thing I wish it can do, I wish it can like rotate. Like the actual like holder itself that holds my phone does rotate, but you can't rotate the arm itself, which whenever it's, when the suction cup mount itself is like suctioned to the glass, it limits the way it can go. You know what I mean? And I tried all kinds of positions. For a while there, I had it almost right in front of my face, which was okay for the most part because it didn't really obstruct my vision very much. But it was like kind of like really close to my face. Plus, if I was driving in the morning or even in the evening, I had to use my sun visor. It would cover my phone, so you wouldn't be able to see me. So that wasn't no solution. I was trying to think maybe on the side of my rearview mirror here, I put the mount like on the glass on the side of that, and have my phone kind of on the side. You know what I mean? And kind of aimed at me. But the only unfortunate thing was that with the little head, the rotating head that holds the phone itself, wouldn't rotate in a way that would be like allowed to aim at me in a way that I wanted it to. You know what I mean? And plus, when it was over there, it did kind of like I was trying to like put like maybe below my rearview mirror. That might have worked, but that would have like given me a huge blind spot right there. That was a big problem. Even like over here, onto my left, that would have been a big problem in terms of blind spot. I probably could still do that, but again, that I had to either put it low, which would look terrible in terms of the video it's getting, or put it high, which again, it would, my sun visor here would get in the way. So I thought, let me try way over there in that far opposite corner, where for the most part it's not distracting me. It's off to the side. I'm not really looking at it because like when it was over here, I tended to like look up at it because it was like right in my face, which is kind of distracting. Here I'm kind of not. I'm not paying attention to you. Sorry, I'm not. I'm looking at the road. I'm driving, and not only that, it's in a spot where basically from this angle, when I look at it, it's no bigger than my my right A arm on my car. I mean, it's like a little bit, more, but there's usually nothing over there that would be in my blind spot. That would be covered up by it, creating a blind spot. No more than my A arm wouldn't anyway. Plus, you get a unique perspective of me, my beautiful mug, in all my glory. Especially on the ride home, you get to see sunrise. Probably really bright. Kind of annoying to see a big glare of sun over there, but better than seeing a big glare in my face, or I don't know. So I'm going to try this for a while, see how this works. Today's my Friday, so that's good. Still got a lot of editing to do. Oh, God. I just haven't been able to get much done lately, which kind of sucks. So our president. Can we impeach him yet? Just flat out. Just Can we get rid of him? Because... Oh, I misspoke. No. If you've been watching, the man is committing treason. I'm sorry. He is defending one of our enemies. You know, obviously they're not on our side, the Russians. All of our intelligence agencies agree that Russians attacked us, attacked our electoral system. Whether or not they succeeded in swaying voters or not is not the question. The question is whether or not they tried to affect our elections. And they did. They tried to affect our elections. Hands down, there's no denying it now. The only person that's denying it is Putin and Trump. Where's the impeachment process? You know, what can we do about that, really? You know, he and everything he's doing, whenever the subject of Russia comes about, the Russians have something on him. They have to. Because he's a little bitch boy around Russia and Putin. You know, Trump, I'm a strong president. I'm really strong. You know, oh yes, you know, Master Putin, whatever you say, he's a little beta bitch boy. A little fucking cunt. And none of Trump's supporters even see that. They see that as, oh, two fellow strong men acting strong. Fucking Putin is a goddamn... I mean, he's pretty much he wants a return of communism, probably. And he's a dictator. And years ago, right-wingers used to be all super against that stuff. Super against it. Even today, they'll say, oh, you commie bastard. But, hey, right-wingers, your boy Trump is, you know, literally sucking the shit out of Putin's ass. He's putting his little lips up to his ass and sucking it. And he ain't seeing that. Meanwhile, Trump goes and insults all of our other real allies in Europe, Canada, you know, and God knows who else. The fuck? He's destroying everything America stands for in terms of foreign policy and domestic policy. He's just tearing that shit down, everything that we were supposed to kind of stand up for as a country. Now, I don't know if he's doing it knowingly and maliciously, or if he's just that fucking stupid and just doing it. Because he thinks that's what, you know, looks strong. And goddamn, every fucking time, you know, in a little, you know, the little meeting that Trump had with Putin, and the little, you know, press conference they had afterwards. In the press conference, people would straight up ask Trump, you know, did you know, talk to Putin about, or what do you think about, you know, we've indicted all these Russians, and will you denounce Russia and Putin because of these things? And they were only asking about, you know, the Russian meddling in our election, in terms of, you know, hacking into us, having agents do all kinds of shady things with us. But the instant Trump hears anything about Russian election, you know, about Russia and the election, he instantly turns to, there was no collusion. There was no collusion. They didn't fucking ask you about collusion. off the table. Right at this point, the question about collusion is not even being asked. So stop saying that. Because every time you fucking say it, it makes you look fucking guilty. Sorry to say, but that's what it does. Step down. I'm getting blinded here. It makes you look goddamn guilty. Because, if you keep saying, like, I don't know why you keep asking me about me, robbing that bank. I didn't rob no bank. No one mentioned robbing a bank. Well, I'm just saying, I didn't rob no bank. Okay, we didn't say you robbed a bank. But, do you not think that the bank's, lending practices are shady? Well, about the, the bank's lending practices, what it's doing, it's really strong and tough. They gotta be tough, and fair. And but I didn't know rob no bank. There was no robbery whatsoever. What? Like that's basically what Trump has been doing. And he's got to kind of make it about him. That's the thing. He thinks that if a question is directed at him, it is about him. That's how narcissistic he is. Is that he just believes that everything directed at him should be about him. That's why the motherfucker thinks that, or wants every, briefing every day. Of course, never mind the fact that they have to condense it down to one page, use pictures, and like use big word, small, 2-year-old words or something. But they gotta like put Trump's name in it multiple times. Otherwise, as he's reading something, if his name's not in it, he gets bored. He doesn't want to read no more. Who the fuck does that? Seriously. And this is a guy who, every once in a while he gets all his cabinet together in a room, and his cabinet all like stands up in a circle. They like praise him about what's a good job he's doing. It's like a kumbaya, like, oh, praise Trump. God bless America. Thank you for sending Trump to us in our time of need. Oh, great Messiah Trump. People in this fucking country are losing their goddamn minds. I would have thought that, Republicans, especially the lawmakers, senators, congressmen, I thought they would have some kind of intelligence about this, in that the reason why they would continue to back Trump is for long-term gains. As in they're playing the game in a way to kind of, hold on to their power. But you would think also that if they see, because right now all the Republicans have power, and they would continue to hold their power if Trump was gone. What I mean is, if Trump gets impeached, we get a Mike Pence. Now, Mike Pence, I don't know if maybe they think that he won't be re-electable as president come 2020, but Mike Pence will still be able to push the Republican agenda. In fact, probably even stronger, because he knows what the fuck he's doing in terms of politics. So, if I was a Republican, and if I was smart, I would kind of be, maybe they are, I don't know. Maybe they're doing this. In the back room going, okay, what can we do to slowly push the narrative about Trump's incompetence? Trump's doing this, Trump's doing that bad. To, not not anger his base, not anger our Republicans, our constituents, or our donors. Let's put that out there, and slowly push him out and lift up Pence, so that when Trump is impeached, we can get a Pence. As evil and shady as that would sound, at this point, I would prefer that. A lot of people say, Pence is as bad or worse than Trump. I don't think he is. Pence is a typical Republican. And if you think that any typical Republican being our president right now would be just as bad, if not worse than Trump, you're fucking delusional. At worst, having Pence right now would be like having Bush again. Bush wasn't all, sunshine and daisies. He wasn't all that great. He led us into a recession. Got us into wars that we're still in. And so no, it wasn't all that good. But it's nowhere near as bad as Trump is, because Trump, not only is he massively stupid, massively egotistical, an embarrassment to this fucking country. He's also a traitor. He praises dictators like Putin, like Erdogan, Kim Jong-un, hell, even, Prime Minister of China, President of China, President Xi, sorry, China. Even the fucking bastard in Philippines who, with no due process, kills drug dealers and drug users. Trump sees that as a strength. But he'll praise all these dictators, but all of our normal leadership in the normal countries of the world, he insults. I don't think Bush would have done that. I don't think Pence would do that. Because that sets a dangerous precedent of where we're going in this country in terms of, he's reshaping democracy into fascism. Slowly but surely. I don't think Pence would do that. I don't think Pence would steer us down a fascist route. He won't go out there and undermine our rule of law. He won't undermine the FBI, our CIA. He won't. I don't think Pence would continue this narrative that started with Trump about fake news and how bad journalists are and how they're all fake, and pretty much inciting attacks against our journalists. Exactly what Putin does to his journalists. He has them attacked. I don't think Pence would do that. So, all in all, I would much prefer, at this point in the game, you could have Trump or you could have Pence. Pence is bad, don't get me wrong. He's a super religious, nut job who, calls his wife, mother, because, I don't know why. Me and mother, we just had a delicious dinner last night. That's fucking weird. Super pro-lifer, probably anti-gay, and just all in all, like, some of the worst qualities of Republicans that you can think of is in Pence. Don't get me wrong, he's really bad about that. And yeah, if he is president, he'll probably have an easier time pushing the Republican agenda. But if you impeach Trump now, by the time Pence gets into office and takes over and starts running things his way, guess what? It's almost time for 2020 election. So he won't have much time to do any bit of damage that he might be able to do. And so, again, I don't think he's re-electable. I think Pence is. Depends, I guess, if Republicans do this and get Trump impeached in favor of Pence and spin some kind of narrative of how great Pence is. I don't think he'll be re-electable. I don't think they can make him be as good, look as good, paint a good picture of Pence that would beat whoever we might put up for 2020. Please, Bernie Sanders. I know you're old, but please, run again. We need you. I was just praying, but I'm an atheist, but I don't care. This country's going to shit. I'm sorry. And if you're still a Trump supporter after all this, what Kool-Aid have you drunk? I know if you're a Republican, you kind of have to I have to support my Republican Party. No, you don't. I consider myself a Democrat, and I fucking hate a lot of fucking Democrats because they're all. I see what they are for what they are. I see what they are for super being establishment, being paid off by rich people not representing us, the people. So if you're a Republican, why don't you notice that too? Because every Republican's like that and worse. People need to wake up in this country. They need to see things for what they are. See how corrupt everybody is. I mean, everybody's been complaining. Like, for example, a lot of the reasons why people want, quote-unquote, smaller governments, our government to be smaller and not in their, business, they don't want government-run healthcare, is because they think that, if government's running things, it's a bureaucracy, and it's corrupt, and government can't do things right. If government can't do things right, might also have anarchy. Don't even have a government, period. I always think they do some things right. They try to keep our well, thankfully Scott Brewer's gone, but they try to keep our air and water clean. They run our military. There's a lot of government regulation. People are against regulation, but there's a lot of regulation that save fucking lives. So, and if you're against government, then don't even bother voting. If you want smaller governments, if you want smaller governments, get rid of politicians. Just don't have government, period. I don't know, but I could rant about politics all goddamn day because it pisses me off about what's going on in this country. But that's not. Ranting is not a constructive way to go about things. We have to have meaningful discussions across both aisles. I mentioned this before about how we're all in bubbles. We need to reach across the aisles and talk to one another who has opposing views, who has differences of opinion. And we need to be not only skeptical about certain things, but also, don't just be skeptical about things, but have the tools and the knowledge to find out what is right and what is real, and find out how to how to discover how to prove things right. You know what I mean? I know I put that wrong, but basically what I mean is empower yourself to know how to find out how things are true or the truth of things. There are sources out there, people say, oh, you just got that off the internet, you can't believe anything you read off the internet. That's true for a lot of things. But there are things out there that you can look at and there's nothing, basically they're solid. The evidence is solid on things. Like, for example, you can look at factcheck.org. You can look at Snopes, PolitiFact. Those are 3 good sources that the right fucking hates those sources because they refute all their bullshit. So, of course, right away, the right says, oh, those are just, liberal shills and it's all fake. Of course, they're going to say that we're wrong. No. They list, where they got their information. And so you could look at yourself where their information came from. So you can double check them. If they said something about, oh, here's a statement, and here's why that statement's wrong, here's where that statement came from, and the statement came from, oh, look, the president said this and that and this. And so says, hey, this is what the president really said, even though this is what people are saying that he didn't say or whatever. You look and see exactly what he fucking said or something. It's just a bad, vague example, but they have the fucking sources. Take the time to find out. Don't just discount it because somebody told you they're, liberal bias or something. They're not. They're independent, and they don't care one way or the other. They just care about what's true. They care about the facts. Left wing, right wing doesn't matter to them. It matters what is true. So we just have to empower ourselves and stop being lazy. Find out what is true. Take the time to find out. I do all the time. Sometimes I'm like, oh, and like I woke up in the morning, I'm reading some bullshit on Facebook, and I look at it and I'm like, I shouldn't be reading Facebook. I'm hungry. I need to go get some breakfast. But I see something that's really stupid, and I go, that doesn't sound right. And I research it. And I find it, and I will write back to whatever bullshit I see. And I go, well, here's what I found. And I correct them. And that might take me 20, 30 minutes to do. But I take the time to do it. And if you do that enough, it might not take you 20 or 30 minutes next time. You might, eventually learn these things. And you'll learn when you see it next time, well, hey, guess what? I just debunked this 2 days ago. Here's the facts. And that'll take you a minute to do because you already know it. So learn the facts yourself so you're well informed for the next time when you see bullshit. Stop spreading bullshit too. If you see something, and if it sounds like it might be slightly bullshit, look it up before you share it. It takes 2 seconds to share things. It takes a few minutes of actual work to find out if it's real or not. And just do it. Just find out. That's enough to be ranting for today. This is going to be a long-ass video. Apologize for that. I will talk to y'all later. Everybody have a good day. Let me know if you like this new perspective. I don't know. I'm constantly looking this way when I'm talking, but I seem to like this better. Of course, you see my big gut, but oh well. Have a good day. I love you.